Rava knew our situation was different, that his first wife was barren while I was the fertile one. But I said only, Achti's not happy about it, but she prefers a slave concubine as her rival rather than another, younger wife. I paused and added, it gives her children in the house again. So Ukva has finally fulfilled the mitzvah of procreation. The bitter longing in Rava's voice was so strong I flinched and hurriedly changed the subject to his favorite, Torah study. While my father certainly missed me and worried about me during those 5 years I was in Eretz Israel, the hundreds of baraitot I brought back more than repaid his anxiety, I said proudly. Rava gazed at me hungrily. Teach me what you taught him, he demanded. We have hours until we reach Pumbedita. I shook my head. I cannot pour baraitot from my memory like a grain merchant spills out wheat from a sack. I need a Mishnah or Torah verse to remind me of it first. He sat down and stroked his beard in thought. Considering the season, Rav Hisda probably taught about the fall holidays. Can you recall any teachings about them? Heaven rescued me, and I recalled a baraita appropriate for the situation. In a discussion on forgiveness, Father quoted from Vayikra, "You shall not take vengeance, and you shall not bear a grudge." Rava looked at me with disdain. Every schoolboy knows that. But do they all know the baraita that teaches what is taking vengeance and what is bearing a grudge? I asked. Revenge is when one man asks another to lend him a sickle and the second refuses. Then when the second man asks for the first to lend him a shovel, the first one says, "Just as you wouldn't lend me your sickle, so I will not lend you my shovel." This is taking vengeance. Go on, he said. This baraita was clearly new to him. A grudge is when one man asks another to lend him a sickle and the second refuses. Then when the second man asks the first to lend him a shovel, the first one says, "Here it is. I am not like you, who did not lend me your sickle." This is bearing a grudge. Is that the end of it? I shook my head. In both cases, the first man should seek forgiveness from the second at Yom Kippur, for a Mishnah in Tractate Yoma teaches that Yom Kippur does not atone for sins between a man and his fellow until he appeases his fellow. That is well for property cases, Rava said, but what about personal suffering? Was he blaming me for his suffering? Thankfully, I thought of a pertinent baraita. Those who suffer insult but do not insult in return, who hear themselves disgraced but do not reply in kind, who perform Elohim's mitzvot out of love and accept their suffering, they shall be as it is written in Judges, "Those who love him shall be as the sun rising in might." Rava nodded thoughtfully, but to my disappointment he remained silent. His pause made me think of some baraitot about the world being created on Rosh Hashanah. 7 things were created before the world, and they are Torah, repentance, Gan Eden, Gehenna, Elohim's throne of glory, the holy temple, and the name of the Messiah. I followed with the miraculous events Elohim created on the eve of the 6th day, and continued in this vein until my voice grew hoarse, and we had to sit quite close for him to hear me over the noise of the flapping sails. "I'm sorry, but I'm not used to giving such lengthy speeches," I whispered. "On the subject of Rosh Hashanah, perhaps you could talk now. Did you have a good New Year?" "No, I did not."